Hi again everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Didi and I'm a registered dietitian with Didititian.com. So this week is a special week in the dietitian's calendar. It is International Nutrition and Hydration Week. And what this week hopes to do is to highlight, promote and celebrate improvements in the provision of nutrition and hydration throughout the world. So what better week than to look at two aspects of nutrition that I have worked with in depth so far in my career: eating for weight gain and eating for weight loss. So in today's video, I will give you a little insight into the differences between healthy eating when you are well and not so well. So are you interested to learn more about the role of a dietitian? Or are you looking for information for yourself or a loved one? Let us know in the comments below and I am happy to answer any questions this topic might raise. So while I spend a lot of my time online, as in on YouTube, Pinterest and Facebook channels, talking about healthy eating and healthy lifestyles, another half of my week is spent working in a large acute hospital here in Dublin, helping people to recover from, or preferably to avoid, malnutrition. So dietitians work in a wide range of settings and with a large variety of people. While most people have heard of dietitians working with people to help them lose weight, surprisingly, the vast majority of dietitians in Ireland are found working in hospitals and health centres, helping people to eat more. So dietetics when working in a hospital setting is often quite different to working with people who are well and at home. Malnutrition is more common than we think. 1 in 4 people admitted to hospitals around Ireland are malnourished. So let's take a closer look at malnutrition before we go back to the differences between healthy eating when you are well and unwell. Please do be aware that the information in this video is generalised and treatment plans for yourself or your loved one may be different. When in doubt, speak to a dietitian in your hospital or link to your GP. So malnutrition is the condition where a person is not getting enough calories, protein or micronutrients. It can often lead to weight loss, muscle loss, fatigue, delayed wound healing, increased risk of infection and falls. In Ireland, people who are most at risk of malnutrition are those over 65 years old, people with long-term conditions, people with cancer, people who abuse alcohol or drugs and people on low incomes. Common causes of malnutrition can be divided into 3 main factors. So these are inadequate intake, increased losses and increased requirements. People can experience inadequate intake of food or specific nutrients when they are unable to eat enough. And this could be for a wide variety of reasons, ranging from poor appetites when they are unwell, to being unable to eat or drink due to swallowing issues. Next, you can experience an increase in how much nutrition you are losing when, for example, you have very loose stools or an oozing wound. If this continues for a long time, it can be difficult for you to eat enough to catch up on these losses. And then some conditions increase how many calories our body needs, and this can be due to inflammation, for example in cancer or liver disease, or your body's need to heal and build new tissues, for example after surgery. Again, if you are then unable to eat as many calories as you are burning, you are at risk of developing malnutrition. So dietitians can diagnose malnutrition based on several pieces of information. We will often ask you if you've lost any weight recently. We can check your current weight and then calculate your body mass index to assess your weight in relation to your height. We will ask you how you've been eating recently and compare this to your nutrition requirements. Often we may ask you some questions about your living situation as well and your ability to eat, cook and grocery shop. We will then ask you about your medical history, or we might examine your medical chart to help us estimate whether you might be burning more energy because of any medical conditions. Some dietitians are also trained in doing a physical assessment where we can check your fat and muscle stores in your arms, your face, your back and your legs. The dietitian will piece all this information together then and assess if you may be at risk or have already developed malnutrition. And based on this information then, the dietitian will work with you to decide on a treatment plan. So for some, food can simply not be taken by mouth and a feeding tube may sometimes be needed to help you get enough nutrition. However, for many, the treatment plan involves a diet that is higher in energy and protein than usual. And this is where the confusion really kicks in for many people. Yes, your dietitian might recommend for you to eat more sugary and fatty foods. He or she may ask for you to switch to full-fat milk, add butter to food and indulge on cake. And when I start discussing this treatment plan with my patients, I am often met with both sighs of relief and gasps of disbelief. I mean, a dietitian recommending us to eat more cake. What about our fruit and veg, our 5 a day, and a healthy portion of whole grains? I mean, why does typical healthy eating recommendations just go out the window when you're malnourished? Well, this is because when you are malnourished, you often need to eat more calories to help you either regain weight or stop losing weight. Doing this when you're feeling unwell, have a poor appetite, and are in pain is even more challenging. To get that increase in calories from a typically healthy food such as fruits, veggies, whole carbs and lean protein would mean that you would likely need to double your portion sizes. And you'd be tiring yourself out chewing through all that. Now imagine trying to get those calories from high energy foods such as your slices of cake, butter on your potatoes and nutritious drinks such as hot chocolate. It's a little easier, isn't it? Especially when you're feeling unwell. We often recommend for someone to eat little and often, meaning to continue eating your 3 small meals a day, but to focus on having 3 snacks a day as well. And this means you are taking in more calories without curbing your appetite for meals. Taking nourishing drinks then, such as juice, milk and milk-based drinks rather than water, is another useful strategy to help you take more calories every day. But what about all those risks that eating sugary foods and saturated fats pose on our health? Well, this is definitely something we need to consider, and our first thought here is that the risk of becoming or remaining malnourished are likely higher than your risk of developing cardiovascular disease in the time it takes for you to gain your strength back. And another thought is that we would recommend for someone, if they feel able to focus on adding calories through adding healthy oils, larger portions of lean meat and regular cups of low-fat milk. However, for some this is more difficult than eating a traditionally treat-type food such as cake. And really the first goal is just to help you get back to your health. So now, looking at the main differences between healthy eating when you are well and unwell, so in other words malnourished, we will look at meals first. So when well, we recommend that you focus your meals around plenty of vegetables, some whole grain carbs and lean protein. We recommend that you use oils sparingly. However, when you are malnourished, a more suitable meal might be focusing maybe more on a larger portion of meat, some carbohydrates of choice, potatoes, pasta or rice, and a smaller amount of vegetables. We recommend then that you add butter, for example, to your carbs and veg, and that you fry your meat and maybe choose a creamy sauce with your pasta. Next, looking at fluids. When we are well, our drink of choice is always recommended to be water. However, when we're malnourished, our fluids provide us with a great opportunity to take in more calories. So juice, milk and milk-based drinks such as hot chocolate, milkshakes and cappuccinos are higher calorie options. And finally, snacks. So healthy eating when well does not mean avoiding snacks. Snacks are an important way to keep our energy levels balanced and can be a great way to squeeze in those fruits and veggies. We do recommend, however, to aim to keep your snacks below 150 calories. When you're malnourished, snacking is an important way then to beat that poor appetite. So choose high calorie snacks such as crackers and cheese, a sandwich, cakes, biscuits, eggs on toast, the list goes on. So this Nutrition and Hydration Week help us raise awareness about the differences between healthy eating when well and unwell. Feel free to share this video with your loved ones and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And join us on Facebook this week at Didititian RD for more information about eating when you are unwell. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again next Tuesday.